Okay, thanks for coming. It's 8:01 right now. We're gonna have a twisty class. We're gonna do a few twists, so hopefully you enjoy the final twists. Nothing else really to announce. We'll start straight away. So let's just come into ourselves, have this moment of introspection, or just being inside our bodies. Maybe find a comfortable position. Remember, well, I do have to announce the usual blocks, belt, and blanket if you have them around you. Let's just find a comfortable position where we can just sit for a few moments and just arrive at the mat, arrive at this moment. Awareness of the breathing, awareness of our bodies. Deepening the breath just to actually start working on the lungs, lung cavity, I should say. Actually open our eyes, trying to keep an amount of awareness throughout the class. And then let's just start bringing our arms out with an in-breath, filling up the lungs completely. And on the out-breath, we go straight to the left bend. Left hand on the left side and bending to the left with an out-breath. In, arms up. All nice, deep stretches. Right hand, right side, bending to the right on the out-breath. Arms up. Left side again, left hand, left side, and bending to the left, maybe going deeper. Let that left hand slide further away. Breathing in, both arms up. Right hand, right side, and bend to the right. Breathing in, arms up. Now let's do this twist bend. So left hand goes behind us on the left side, about 45 degrees to our back side. We can do this lovely, without the breath this time, just so you can get this very nice twist. We're bending to the left and twisting behind. So it's a very nice kind of twist bend, I call it. I don't really know what it's called. Just continuing normal breathing. We'll breathe in, arms up. Right hand about 45 degrees behind us, and then just like aim to look at that hands. We're actually twisting and bending towards that right back side. Bring it, arms up on the next in breath. Left side again, left back. Twist bends. We're actually looking behind us at the same time bending. Bring it, arms up. And right side behind. A lovely twist bend. Breathing in, arms up. Now right hand on the left knee, and then right shoulder to right knee. So again, this is like a twist bend to the front. And again, now continuing normal breathing. Let's just take a few breaths on this one because it's so awkward to get into it that we might as well make the most of being here for a few breaths. Getting that right shoulder towards the right knee, but without collapsing to the front. Yeah, we're bending to the side and to the front. The right arm on the next in breath, take our arms up. And the other way, left hand, right knee, and then left shoulder, left knee. Continue breathing, continue bending. Then next in breath, arms up. We're missing a twist, right hand, left knee, and we twist to the left. Continue breathing, continue twisting. We'll do a couple of breaths without changing. On the next out breath, go a little bit deeper into the twist. And breathing in, arms up. Left hand, right knee. we bend, twist to the right. Continue breathing, continue twisting. And next in-breath, arms up. And hands to the knees, relax for a moment. And maybe if you care, if you want to, let's just bring our tummy, chest to the ground, just for a forward fold, maybe jiggling your spine a little bit left and right, just to loosen up. And then we come out of there. So let's sit down. Let's do we've done this before. It's gonna be the rock star, 2 variations. The simple one is bending the left knee or the left leg, straightening the right leg, left hand behind. So left hand behind, left knee bent, and right leg straight. And then from there, just again pulling from the pubic here, from the pubis, actually from the hip, and then take that right arm up. Let's just do 3 breaths here. Actually really taking the hip forward, yeah? It's actually very reluctant to move forward. So that's why we do it, to try and get flexibility. So 2 breaths. 1 breath. And the out breath, go deeper. And then palm to the ground. Other side. Remember, right leg is folded. So the right knee is on the ground, the left leg is straight, and the right hand is behind. And once again, pulling ourselves, look, I've got strings here to pull. Pulling by the strings of the shorts, and then taking that hip forward, left arm behind. And this is the baby rock star or wild thing. There's various names for it. Breathing in, going deeper into it. Breathing out, relaxing. Breathing in deeper. Breathing out, relaxing. The last breath, really go into that hip, up, shoulders open, and then release. Swap the legs again. And now remember, it's the full version, yeah? We're gonna actually pivot on the legs. So right leg is straight. No, maybe let's swap. So we do that. So left leg is straight, right leg is bent, and then it's the right hand that goes behind. Okay, so left leg is straight, right leg is bent, and it's the right hand that goes behind. And we do the same. Yeah, I should have swapped around, but it doesn't matter. Whichever way you're doing it, the point is we're now gonna pivot on the left heel, right knee, and the right hand, which is behind. And once again, lifting by the, no, something has gone wrong. Okay, where you were. Okay, now remember, left leg is straight, right foot is down. Yeah, left leg is straight, right foot is down. And then from there, on the left hand, you can lift, yeah? So left leg is straight, right foot is down, and then we have the left arm out. And then we can do the full wild thing here. So really lift up the hips, and shoulders open. 3, 2, hips up, shoulders open, and then release. Okay, so it's a little bit confusing. So now I'm gonna turn around just so I'm looking the same way. So now we're gonna have the right leg is straight, the left foot is down, and the right hand is behind me. That's simple, yeah? And from there, once again, lifting from the hip, supporting on the left leg, on the left foot, right foot, and the right hand. And lifting the wild thing up, look forward, chest open. 5, 4, 3, 2, hips up, and 1. Okay, that's one way of warming up a little bit and stretching. Now the warming up is coming now, which is going to be our core that we always skip because I put it at the end. So now put it at the beginning. So let's just get our breath. Sitting on our butt, maybe the spine relatively straight. hands behind the knees, and then balancing on the hip bones, the sit bones, we lift the legs up. This is version 1. Version 2, release the hands. And version 3, straighten the legs. Only straighten the legs if you feel that your spine is supported. Yeah, if your spine is collapsing, then it's better to keep the legs bent. So let's count for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Without touching the ground, bring your legs together, lean forward, hands on the fingers, and lift up. And back down. Just a little work on the arms as well. Straightening up again, or well, legs bent or straight, and we do a second set. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold the feet the other way around this time. And once again, leaning forward, lift up with your hands. And release. Last set. Either legs bent or straight. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then lean forward, feet down, lean forward. And let's relax for a moment. So this is core today. As I said in one of the classes I attended, the guy said, quite rightly, I do guarantee you will not get a six-pack, but I do guarantee that if you do this often, you keep your abs toned. Okay, so let's now we're going to actually go for Navasana, which is the boat pose, and then we're going to breathe out and just open lower Navasana down nearly to the ground, and then breathe out. High Navasana. Breathe in, down, and up. Let's do that 5 times. Do the breathing in whichever way you feel is more right. Yes, people like to breathe out on the way down, breathe in on the way up. 3, 4, 5. Come back forward. Let's have a little break there. Hope you're breaking a sweat as well. It's nice. It's just nice to do basic forward. We're going to do one last series. As I say, just guarantees to keep them toned, to remind you where they are. Okay, the last variation, we're going to also use the kind of the obliques. So we're going to go down. So from high Navasana down to low Navasana, which means actually you only have the lower back on the ground, yeah? Feet are up and shoulders are up. Now we go to the side. We're actually on the left cheek only, and then we try and bring the knees up once, 3 times. On the side, knee that brings up. I know it's a challenge, and sometimes we can do it, sometimes we can't, but that's why we try to challenge ourselves. But we're now working the side core. So let's do 5 instead of 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so that's on the left side, back to the middle, and to the right side, 5 times. Just do what you can. If you need a hand to help yourself, then do so. So that would be 1, this is my weaker side, 2, 3, on the right side, right cheek, 4, and 5. Wish I didn't make. So let's come forward and relax. So that's 3 series of variations of Navasanas. It should actually hopefully show your core is burning a little bit, and that is good. Okay, let's just change tempo here. So let's just now do a sitting on our toes. Remember how we like to stretch the toes? Unfortunately, they spend most of our lives, well, most of us have spent most of our lives without toes inside shoes, at least in the waking time. So now we try and stretch them. Check your little toes, also bend them because it tries to sneak out. And I mean, most of you are probably regulars, But if it's too much, then obviously you're going to be leaning forward, taking some weight off, even with hands at the front. Or you can have the full weight on the toes there, and we're going to count 10. At the same time, we're breathing, getting our breath back. 9, 8, 7, 6. If it gets too much, then you pull out, of course. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we come out, lean forward, release the toes. Maybe little taps, tap, 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 tap. Okay, that's a lot of stretching. Now we do the opposite. Yes, we're gonna like sit on the heels, if that's within your practice. And then we're gonna stretch the front of the foot by lifting the left knee up. You can see I'm actually doing a deep stretch on my left foot there. Change knees, so pulling the right knee and leaning back. I'm stretching my right front of the foot. And then release. Now the second series, we're going to do it on both feet. I like to use blocks because then I can just, right, so either do the same as you did before, or if you can actually just lean on both toes, on both feet like this, then do so. So I've got now all the weight on the toes there. I'm actually using the bricks to support, so I don't have, well, so I can have some balance. You're doing one leg, swap to the other leg. Doing both legs, we stay on the both legs. And you're doing the second leg, then you release. And if you're doing 2 feet, you also release. Okay, so that's the work on our feet. Again, let's maybe tap them or do something to bring all the blood coming in again. And let's do, we're going to go into thread the needle, but go into it from a twist, yeah? So let's just release the right leg, make it free so that when we actually take the left arm up, the right leg is stretched. And this is lovely twist to the side. It's unencumbered by the hip because we've actually released the hip by releasing that right leg behind. Take that left arm up, push the hand to the ground, and then release. That's a little lovely gentle twist. We do the other side. Right knee on the ground, release the left knee, we twist to the right. Opening the chest, right arm to the sky, pushing the left arm down. And release. Now we're going to do the same by holding the knees to the ground, and you will notice a big difference. This is obviously, we're now going to like lock the hips in place. I'm actually going to even move my right hand slightly to the middle so I can open my left shoulder to the left, and look, it's sort of half the movement. That's because we have our hips locked. So now all the twisting is happening from the actual spine as opposed to the hip. So twisting to the left, 3, 2, 1, release. So I'm going to allow my hand to go slightly to the center to give me a little bit more mobility, but again, it's very restricted because this is just now spinal twist. No help from the hip. 3, 2, and 1, release. Maybe let's sit on our heels for 2 counts. And now we're going to make that into a lovely thread the needle. So I started with the left arm. Just turning here, so I've got my arm away from the wall. So left arm up, breathing in, breathing out. Go straight into threading the needle. Again, just find your way. I actually have to put my elbow and hand on the ground so I can really find the safest way to put my left shoulder on the ground, left cheek on the ground, hips square, knees on the ground, of course. And then just use the right hand, the hand that's actually pushing. You can use that to leverage a little bit more the twist. Some people at this stage like to take the right arm up, or the arm that's actually doing the pushing, and take it behind to bind on the left hip or the left top of the leggings or pants. I just like to hold it there for another 3 counts. And relax, let the spine twist. And then pushing with the hand that's actually pushing the ground, and that's how we lift up. Counter, twist, and we go to the other side. You don't need to turn, only turning just so that I'm facing the camera. So this is tabletop, right arm up, right arm threading the needle, and the right shoulder's on the ground. The left hand is supporting, right cheek is on the ground. And once again, you can actually bind your left hand behind, or you can keep it on the ground and do a little bit of leveraging to twist your spine a little bit deeper. Take your hips as square as you can feel them, above the knees, and then just relax into the twist. Exhale, breath, push, bring the right arm up, and release there. Okay, great. Maybe have a little spine wiggle there. We're gonna do some arm strength. Remember last time we did some push-ups? Let's do something similar today, just to, do strength, arm strength, and a little bit of everything. So let's see how we're gonna do this. Today's gonna be 4 counts, 2 breaths, similar to the day. Maybe watch first, and then you might not even have to look anymore. So what we're gonna do is leaning forward, nose to the ground, breathing out, breathing in, gentle cobra, breathing out, downward dog, and start again. Breathing in, knees down, nose to the front, breathing in, cobra, breathing out, downward dog. Let's start again. So from knees down, we go breathing, so we'll be breathing out as you bring the nose to the front of the mat. Breathing in, cobra. Breathing out, downward dog. Breathing in, knees down, nose to the ground. No, that's not working, is it? Breathing out, breathing in, cobra. Breathing out, downward dog. Breathing in, knees to the ground, and then breathing out, nose to the ground. Breathing in, cobra. Breathing out, downward dog. Let's do 2 more. Breathing in, knees to the ground. Breathing out, nose to the ground. Breathing in, cobra. And breathing out, downward dog. Do it at your own pace and your own breathing. Sometimes you get more confused. Let's do 2 more. And then rest on your knees. Okay, so nice arm work. And now, you know how it is. You take it 1 notch up. Of course, only take 1 notch up. You need or want the challenge. Now we're going to do it with full plank, yeah? So instead of knees down, nose down, it's going to be chaturanga. So anybody for a challenge, go for it. Everybody else, we can do the same exercise. So this time it's going to be, so front plank, breathing out, nose to the ground. In upward dog, Breathing out, downward dog. Breathing in, high plank. Breathing out, chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. 3 more in your own pace. My last one. And back to knees on the ground, and this time let's have I think it's called a wild baby or a child with the knees open or with the knees closed, whatever feels better for you. So child pose and relax there. Get your breath back in. And then from that one, we're gonna go into side plank, yeah? So let's hope, we haven't done a lot of work on the shoulders, well, you know, on the whole shoulder, but if this gets too much, remember, we put the knee down and then we don't put a lot of weight on the shoulder. Otherwise, we're gonna do a side plank, right hand. Remember, instead of putting the hand right below the shoulder, I think if you bring it 5-10 centimeters away, then you get a little angle, and it actually protects the shoulder, or the shoulder works slightly better. Either stack the feet or actually put them one in front of the other. Today I'm going to put them one in front of the other, and then open the chest, arms pushing, holding that side plank. 5, 4. If it's too much, remember, you can always put the knee down. 3, 2, 1, knee down, and taking the weight away. Go onto the other side. Left hand just beyond the point of my shoulder, and then both feet stacked all in front of each other. I mean, we're checking here that the hip is kind of the straight line from the feet is actually tipping slightly forward. Chest is open, and both arms are pushing away from each other. 5, 4, 3, open the chest. 2, extend that left shoulder more open. And 1, left knee down, and we come out. And then the next one is a gentle, more of a stretch than all that weight. Yeah, this is I don't actually know the name of this pose. I call it the chill out at the beach, but I don't think it's called that. Or easy side reclining foot or something. So if we go from the side plank, left foot, or the top foot, top leg comes right in front of you at 90 degrees. And this is where we now allow the hip to touch the ground. This is why I call it the chilling out at the beach. But yeah, just find the position that you get in a nice deep stretch on the right side of the body. The hip is obviously also opening here. And the right shoulder, okay, is hopefully we're not collapsing it like this. We're actually keeping it gently, some work. But the right hip is touching the ground, you know, trying to touch the ground. That left leg could be on the inside of the right thigh, or just as I say, looking very chilled. Open the chest. 5, 4, feel the stretch on the right side. 2, and 1. Maybe coming forward to put that knee on the ground, and we move to the other side. So left, we go to a normal side plank. From the side plank, we bring the top leg to be in front of us, or the foot in front of us at 90 degrees. And then from there, we gently allow the left hip to recline on the ground. Maybe adjust the feet so that you get a nice, really deep stretch of the left side body. Opening the chest. Allow the left hip to go further to the ground. If it's already on the ground, then push that left shoulder away. If you're not feeling much, some of you might be much more flexible than I, then you could actually be standing your left hand on a brick, so you're actually pushing the torso further up. 2, open the chest, and release them. Let the hip completely down, hands down, and come out of that pose. And then from there, in your own time, we'll come up to standing. So let's do just initially a couple of just standing stretches. It's just very natural. So find the position of your feet so they're actually hips width apart. The angle is dictated by your own physiology, not by me. And then once you've got this hip posture, trying to undo this lower back bend curve. So we actually bring the hips gently up, not exaggeratedly like this, but just gently create a little tilt on the hips. And then from there, breathing in, arms up, stretching. Feel the lungs opening. And then release, arms down. We'll do this 3 times. Just expanding the thoracic cage. Breathing in. Opening the lung area. And then breathing out. To the side to show the hips gently tipping forward. Bring it in, arms up. Be more going on your toes. Just a nice, very deep stretch of the whole body. Breathing in, going on your toes. Breathing out on the heels and arms down. Breathing in, opening the thoracic cage. Same time as you go on your toes and stretch the shoulders up. Breathing out. Arms down, closing the breath. Last time, breathing in, arms up. This time, breathe out, but stay in the position. Breathe in a little bit deeper up. Breathe out, stay in the position. And the last time, touching the ceiling, breathing in. And then letting everything back down to a relaxed form. Okay, now we're going to do some twists, yeah? So from the arms up, holding the hips where they are, twist to the left as we breathe out. Check that the left hip is actually tipping, not tipping back, tipping forward. And breathing in, arms up, and to the right. Again, check the left hip, the right hip is not going back. Breathing in, arms up. And on your own time, 3 times each side. The left side. Trying to keep the hips as square as possible to the front. My last left side. My last right side. And release the arms. Let's do something similar on a forward, right foot forward. So we're going to do a forward lunge. Okay, so we're going to do it to the left, heel down, to the right, release that right heel, otherwise we won't really get much done, yeah? So left side, heel down, right side, releasing the heel. So from both heels down, this would be warrior one, arms up, breathe in. Breathe out, twisting to the left. Opening the chest, the left. Breathing in, arms up. Opening to the right. Allowing that left heel to lift. Feel like it, breathing in, arms up. Opening to the left. Hold it there, continue breathing. As I hold it there, hold the breath. Hold the position, continue breathing. On the next out breath, tipping forward to a right angle. Yeah, right hand on the inside of the foot, right elbow pushing the knee and opening the chest. And just this right side angle here, opening the chest, arms away from each other. 3, 2, 1. Okay, then release both hands to the ground in front of you and the left knee to the ground. So we're gonna go now into a kind of lizard type of pose here. But before we go to lizard, we'll go left knee on the ground and the right foot on the ground. Let's go 45 degrees, the hands trying to reach as far as possible away from your hips. And then still left knee down, right foot up. And then we're gonna just bend into this one, trying to get the chest on the ground as we go 45 degrees from the direction of our mat. So it's not really the hips coming forward, it's really the chest and the hips going down, yes? Then we come up by pushing, and we do the same forward. So now I'm going to move back so I'm not on top of the computer. I'm going to take my arms in front of me, again still with my right foot at 45 degrees, at 90 degrees, and my left knee down. And then just lean into that by taking the arms forward and opening the shoulders, opening the chest towards the ground. Okay, lovely hip work, and then we come back up. And in this case, we do put our hands inside our right foot here. And now we're gonna go for the classic lizard. So actually stretch, you can keep the knee down, or you can actually now lift the knee and then go into, remember when I remind you to try and put the tummy and the rib cage inside that right thigh, and then either hands in front of me or elbows in front of me, and just classic lizard. Three. Maybe the hips further down. 2. Maybe the tummy, the chest further down. And 1. Knee down. Hands in front of me and push with the hands. And find your way up to standing from there. Okay, release. So that's nice work on the hips, yeah? Right, let's do the other side. So left foot forward. Once again, remember, we're gonna do it just twice. Heel on the ground for the right side, releasing the heel if you need to for the other side. So first, everything on the ground, both heels on the ground, hips facing forward, classic warrior one. Arms up, breathe in. Breathing out, opening to the right. Maybe opening the step a little bit further. Breathing in, arms up. Breathing out, releasing the right heel and twist to the left. In, arms up. Opening to the right again. From there, tilt, windmill tilt to the left. Right hand inside the left foot, left hand inside the left foot, pushing with the elbow, the knee away, or more opening the chest using the knee as a pushing point, and then open the chest. Side triangle here. 3. Open the chest. Hands away from each other. 2 and 1. Both hands in front of me and right knee down. From there, let me move back so I don't hit the wall. Remember, the first thing we're going to do is from hands in front of me, I'm going to move them 45 degrees and away from my body. And then lean into that. It's going to be a lot of work going on in the hips, chest towards the ground as we move those hands at 45 degrees from my body or from the mat, and chest down. 3, 2, and release, pushing the hands, and then we come back to face in the direction of the mat, and the same, hands in front of me, adjust the feet if you need to, hands in front of me, and then just leaning my chest in the direction of the hands. Moving into it. And release, pushing with the hands. Classic lizard, yeah? Lifting the right knee up. Now I'm actually just on my feet, and again, getting the tummy, rib cage. Even my pants are a bit tight here. Inside the left thigh, and then either hands or elbows, maybe on blocks. If you cannot quite reach, put your elbows on the blocks or right on the ground. And then just a classic lizard here, chest to the ground. Breathing out and releasing. More breaths. Hip to the ground. Last breath, chest to the ground. And release, knee to the ground, hands on the floor. And maybe a little sitting on your heels. Or maybe you can go to a child pose. Just have a little moment for yourself there. And this now takes us to our balance pose, which today is going to be Warrior 3. Yeah, we've done our warriors. So Warrior 3 is basically the T position. Yeah, we're going to do it in 3 variations, and you know, you're the best judge of how far you want to take it, but I suggest full way. But yeah, remember, we got the wall. Yeah, if we're actually struggling with the balance, then the wall is there to help us. Or we might have some furniture or a chair or a table help us, but it's probably better to use a little bit of help and get through the whole exercise. Maybe we'll have the belt at hand if you have it, because the last variation is going to be grabbing the foot. So let's start with the right leg. Remember your toes. I don't need to say every time, just open those toes. So we don't do much to the toes. You can do it yourself. So all the weight on the right leg, engage the right kneecap, right hip, remember. And then from there, easy version, prayer pose, leaning forward, left foot out. Try and find that the heel, the left heel, is kicking towards the back wall, and the top of the head, the crown of the head is going in the opposite direction. We're just going to hold it for 10 breaths. Well, 5 breaths. 5 deep breaths for 10 counts. 2, 3, pushing everything, stretching. 3, 4, right strong leg. Pull everything away from each other, and 5, release. Other side. Once again, left leg, try and find a nice Support on that left leg, tipping forward, and Anjali Mudra, easy version or easier version. Right heel pushing to the back wall, crown of the head pushing to the front wall. Two, open the chest. Three, stretch the spine. 4, strong left leg. 5, release. Variation 1. Okay, variation 2, which is optional. I'm gonna stretch the arms, yeah? So, left leg, which leg did I start? Whichever leg you started with, yeah? Right leg on the ground. And then this time we're gonna go arms forward, left leg, foot back. 5, 4, even more stretching here. 3, stretch the arms. 2, the foot. Stretch. 1, and release. I'm losing the balance. I lost my balance there, okay? Leg on side. Version 2. This will be 2.2 then. We're gonna go in our IT format. So 2.2, version 2, second leg. Right foot back, arms forward. 5, 4, stretching. 2, strong left leg. 1, arms and feet away from each other. And everything back to the middle. And that's... And the last version, which would be, I guess, 3.1. It's every time you can go one level back. I mean, that's obviously better than not being able to do it. This time we're gonna go right leg is taking the weight. Which way I'm gonna grab this? Yeah, right leg, right hand, left leg, yeah? So this will be called sugar cane pose. So arms ahead of us, right hand on the left leg. Yes, actually this is not sugar cane pose, this is like a variation of dancer's pose. So crossing the right arm to the left leg and then lifting that left knee up and left leg forward. 3, 2, and pulling the knee up, left arm out, and release. Okay, that had a twist variation. I was actually, in my head, I had a different position, but that was nice. That's a variation of a dancer's pose, but it gave us a nice twist. And the last side of the last leg. So let's see if I get it right this time. Left foot on the ground, and now we're going to take the left hand to the right leg, yeah? So first we'll start with a warrior 3, classic. Stay there, or find the left hand on the right foot. And then the stretching should be knee up rather than trying to, I don't know, trying to get the foot back. Knee up and right arm forward. 5, twisting a little bit here. 4, knee up. 3, 2, arm stretching and release to the ground. Great. I can see some nice dancers on the screen. So that's our lovely balance for today. So let's just do a couple of stretches. So while we're standing, we'll stay standing. And we're gonna do a lovely twist here. So again, feet hip width apart, and then just by folding forward, let's do a forward fold, folding from the hip, the spine hasn't moved yet, folding from the hip,
And then once you reach your limit of the back chain of muscles, then okay, then you can flop a little bit and allow your shoulders to pull down to the ground. This could be also a nice way to just relax the top part of the body, as you know, above the belly button or the diaphragm, there's nothing really working here. Breathe in and breathe out, filling up, regenerating the blood supply. And then what I wanted to do here was this lovely twist whereby we're going to bend the right knee, hyperextend or extend the left knee, and that naturally is going to take our hips to the left, and we'll just continue that motion by twisting. Right hand in front of me, or if you need a block, on the block, and then twist to the left. So right knee is bending, left knee is hyperextending, and then allow those hips to really twist to open to the right, to the left. I'm going to use the brick here so I can actually get even my cervical spine, which is my neck, twisting to the left hand. 5. Open the chest. 2. Open the chest and release back down. Little bend on the knees maybe this time, just to relax to the ground. Tummy on the thighs. And then we're going to do the other side. So remember, I'm going to go for a bending the left knee, hyperextending the right. Allow the hips to do this natural twist. And once the hips twisted, I open the shoulders to my right. It also has a nice deep stretch of the right back leg. If you allow, maybe put a brick, or if you can release your left shoulder, you might be able to look at your right hand too. Cervical spine twisting. 5, 4. Open the chest. And 1. Release back to the front, and then maybe just, if you want to, this just feels nice to actually walk the knees, stretching the back of the legs there. 3, 2, and where do we go from here? Which is a very natural change here, or transition, is open the feet. So heel the feet open to a squat. Assuming everybody can do the squat, I can recognize all the names. And now that I have all recognizable names, they're all lady names, and lady names normally have more flexibility. And boy names, let's try and see if I can show you how to bind on the squat. Now this is a big struggle for me, but maybe some of you will enjoy it by trying. Yeah, so we're squatting here. We got the belt in front of us. Go with that pelvic floor pulling in, really strengthening that pelvic floor. And then let's see how we're going to do this. Right shoulder inside right knee, right hand. What's the best way to show you? Well, we're going to just bind right hand on the right side of that foot. You might be able to take it further, you might be able to take it there. Each person has their own limitations, yeah? And then from there, as I say, this is it's a struggle for me, but let's just do it. Right hand round the left knee, and then the left arm opens to the left, yeah? So I'm wrapping my hand around my right leg, and my left arm is opening. Now this in itself is a lovely stretch, and this is what I normally do. This as far as I go, and I enjoy this. But today, for the sake of you students, I'm going to actually show you how to take this further. So with the belt behind you, wrap it to the other hand. Now, I need a belt. Some of you might need a smaller belt, and some of you might not need a belt. But the lovely thing, whichever you're doing, is that now you can open, by being bound, you can open that left shoulder to the left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the left arm to the front, release the right arm to the front. And let's just rest another moment. The other side, yeah? So the same again, trying to get the left shoulder inside the left knee, wrapping the hand around that left leg, and then opening to the right. Once you're there, if you want to go to the next level, take the rope or the hand behind you and catch it with the other hand. And each one has their own limitations. And then once you're bound, open. Right. 4, 3, 2. Right arm in front. And then from there, we just sit back on our butts. Maybe straighten the legs. Allow the blood to flow on the knees or the thighs or the hips. And we'll do a very gentle pigeon pose here, yeah? So left knees forward. Remember, the angle of that leg will determine how deep you're gonna go into this pigeon. You've all done it before. Pull your right hip with your right foot back, and then open the chest up to a king pigeon. Looking forward, chin up, and then breathing out, chest, tummy to thigh, chest to calf, or to the floor. And just enjoy. It's coming to the end of the class, so just enjoy this nice deep opening here on the left side. Pushing with the hands. Now for a little twist, right hand on the left knee. Rest on that right elbow, so right elbow on the ground, right hand on left knee, and then opening to the left. So this is a pigeon with a twist. 3, maybe wrap the hand behind you to the opposite hip. 3, 2, and 1 back to the center. Pushing with the hands, maybe via a 3-legged downward dog. Change legs and right knee forward. Again, find your angle. Pull your left hip back from your left foot. In pigeon, looking up. Relaxing the hips down, the tummy down, the chest down. And let's just have a few breaths here, relaxing and opening that right hip. Pushing with your hands up, left elbow on the ground, left hand on right knee. Twist variation, right arm up. Maybe bring your right hand to the left hip and bind there. 3, 2, 1. Both hands in front of us. And now I'm just gonna bum out of this one. Right bum on the ground. And just, let's bum out of it. Because we come to the end, it's 9:01. We're actually a little bit late today. So lie on your backs. Maybe do any windscreen wiper legs.
One little twist that you might feel like doing, stretching before you do Shavasana. Straighten the legs. Maybe you have one final stretch on the ground. That's what I feel like doing. So my arms away from my feet stretch. And then relax everything. Hands next to the hips. Heel in the center. Feet fanning open. Try and check your lumbar is off the ground. Your back is all flat on the ground. Now you're lying down. And you're going to do a 3 or 5 minute Shavasana. Just let the body process all that. Enjoy the evening. I will see you Sunday. I need to look at my plans, but see you again. Thanks for joining. Stay where you are. No need to get up. Namaste. And we'll see you again.